Why we are using a suture is to approximate tissues together. Okay. So the main purpose is to approximate two tissue surfaces. So why you want to approximate tissue surfaces? Mainly we need primary healing. Okay. When a tissue heals by primary healing, the scar will be minimal. Okay. So if there is a gap in between like this and the tissue is healed, what happens is there will be connective tissue that is growing from the bed. Okay. So that the end result will be a scar. Okay. So usually what we do is we try to keep it as close as possible, and the sutures help us to hold the tissue together. Now you have different types of sutures, different types of needles. Okay. So this needle is a eyed one. Okay. You have an eyed as well as an eyeless needle. Okay. And this is a chromatic needle. When we put a note, what happens is it becomes a double thickness. Okay. So this much thickness of the thread has to pass through the tissue. That will chromatate the tissue. That is why this is called as a chromatic needle. Okay. And the suture material what we use is cotton, not cotton suture. Okay. And what to say, the thickness is 3/0. Okay. Then when the zeros increases, that becomes a thinner thread. And there is an increase in the number, decrease in the number of zeros. That means it's a thicker thread. Okay. So if you hear 5/0, that is a thinner one, and 1/0, that is a thicker one. Okay. The next one is this is called as needle holder. Okay. So you have to hold the needle with a needle holder. So how you have to hold a needle holder is also very important. So you can use these two fingers, your middle finger, your thumb finger and your ring finger. Okay. So the thumb will go into one hole and the other will be, the ring finger will go in the other handle, and these two you can use as guiding. Okay. You can use as a support like this. You can even guide. Okay. This is the one way you can hold a needle holder, or else you can hold it like this also. In some conditions which is very inaccessible, you can hold it like this also. Okay. Ideally you have to hold it like this. Okay. Your ring finger goes in one arm, your thumb goes in the other. Okay. So the next thing is how you hold a needle. That is also very important. So when you hold a needle, always try to hold it 1/3 from the eye and 2/3 from the tip. If you are holding it on the eye, what happens is it's unstable and there is chances of breaking it. Okay. If you are too close, you won't be having the control. So ideally 1/3 from the eye and 2/3 from the tip. That is the way you have to hold it. Second important thing is always end the tissue perpendicular. Okay. Whichever surface you are suturing, you have to enter the tissue in a perpendicular. Okay. So never go like this. You have to go like this only. Okay. And the entry point and the exit point should be equidistant. Ideally it is 2 to 3 millimeters from an incision site. Okay. So 2 to 3 millimeters from an incision site you can go perpendicularly down. Okay. And you have to rotate the needle and take it out along the curvature. To pull it like this, you have to rotate it along with the curvature of the needle, and you can take it out like this. Okay. This is how you have to do the suturing. And another important thing is when you are suturing, you have to always suture from mobile tissue to a fixed tissue. Okay. Always suture a mobile tissue to a fixed tissue, a thinner tissue to a thicker tissue. You hold the tissue like this. Okay. You avert it like this. you take it up and you pull it up. Okay, so what happens is you can see the tissue properly. Then you go perpendicularly down. Okay, take it out. Okay, then you have to hold the other end of the tissue. Okay, and you can see at what depth the needle has exited. So same depth you can use for the entry of the needle here. You have to take it out on the other side like this. Okay, again. Clockwise, clockwise to finish the suture. Okay, so this is called as simple interrupted suturing. So if you have a linear wound, okay, so each time you have to cut the thread, again you have to tie the knot. Okay, to reduce the time, what you can do is first you do a simple interrupted suture like this. First you have to tie the suture like an interrupted one. Okay.
It's not too tight, it's not under much tension, it has approximated.
The next one is you can simply pass from one end to other. Okay. This. When you are doing this, your assistant should pull the thread like this to keep the tension intact. Okay. So the next one is like this. Okay. So you can simply pass it. Okay, without tying knots. Either you can keep this one like this, and you can tie to that. Okay, that is possible. This is one way which I used to do. Or else you can put another interrupted stitch here. Right. So again, you have to enter at one area, take it out from the other area. Then you have to put a interrupted stitch here. Then each time when you are entering and exiting, you have to take it out from the same thread like this. Okay, so that forms a knot. Again you have to take it like this, take it out, and you can pass it through the needle to form a loop. Vertical matrix and your horizontal matrix sutures. Okay, so sometimes in scalp and all, it's very difficult to approximate together and to hold the stitch. Okay, so in those conditions, what you can, if you need a greater reversion of the margins and all, you can think of a vertical mattress. Okay, so vertical mattress, what the idea is, the first suture will be on a increased depth. Okay, the second one will be on a lesser depth. Okay, so that's what in a vertical mattress. So what you need to do is you first you need to take a deeper bite.
Long
Okay, deeper bite. Okay, and you have to take it out from one margin. Okay, the second one from the other edge also you have to take a deeper bite. Okay. The second means then what you need to do is two superficial bites you have to take. That you have to come to closer to the edges. Okay, and you can take a superficial bite on both the edges. Okay. So what happens is it goes deep. Okay, and the second one on a superficial. So what happens is when you are tightening it together, tying it together, it becomes an everted one. You see? Okay.
edges are everted.
So it just become everted. The last one is a figure of 8 switcher, okay, which you people has to do when you have done a molar tooth extraction or something like that. You have a wider socket, okay. So what you have to do is you take a from the mesial papilla you take one bite on the buccal side, okay. Then you have to include the mesial lingual papilla like this, okay. Then what you have to do is you have to take the bite on the distal buccal papilla, okay. This is a buccal side, okay. And you have to take it out from the distal lingual papilla, so it becomes like a cross, okay. And what you have to do is you tie the two ends together like this. That becomes a figure of 8. Why it is like 8? Because the ends are passing like this, okay. So it becomes an 8. The next important step is how we are going to remove a suture. That is also very important. So many of times you are being asked to remove a suture. So the problem with our suture is this is a braided one. Okay. So the problem with braided one is you have number of filaments which are braided together. So that increases the surface area. So if there is an increase in the surface area and it's an absorbable one, not absorbable, but it is a permeable one also because it's made of silk. Okay. So the bacteria can easily lodge onto the surface of this suture. Okay. So consider the whole thing is being exposed to the environment or into the oral cavity. The whole area will be covered with plaque. It will be full of microorganisms and all. Okay. So if you are cutting like this, okay, you are holding the knot, pulling it up, okay, and you are cutting like this on the center of the area you are cutting, and you are pulling the stitch out. What happens is the whole this much part of the needle, okay, or sorry, the suture, which is covered with the microorganism, are allowed to pass through the tissue. Okay, it can enter into this particular area and it can lodge there, resulting in infections. So what you have to do is you hold the suture or your knot, pull it out of the tissue, and you have to cut close to the tissue. Okay, you have to cut it close to the tissue and pull the other end. Okay, this is how you have to remove the suture. In oral cavity, you can wait for about 7 or 10 days for removing the suture. Doesn't matter. But in the face, we prefer to remove it on the 5th day, because otherwise what happens is the sutures can leave a tract. Okay, and that also causes scarring. In order to remove or reduce that, we remove the stitches on the base on fifth day. Okay.